I was that guy that I was scared in implementing AI, right? I was that guy. I was scared. I didn't think it could talk human. I didn't think it could hold a conversation. I was proven wrong, and I've never been more happy to be wrong in my life. That's how good the AI is. They don't know that they're talking to an AI.
All right, what's up, guys? So today we're here with the co-founder of Crown Hospitality, and we started working with Crown, one of our clients, about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago now, and absolutely insane results so far. I mean, before working with us, they were getting around 10 to 15 book calls every week and a half, 2 weeks, to now, in the past 5 days, getting 10 to 15 book calls on average every single day. So absolutely insane results. Crazy, crazy video it's gonna be. So, yeah, super excited for this. But let's hop right into it. So, Dave, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about who you are, your business, how it was working with us before us, and now obviously that you are working with us.
So yeah, man, my name's David Diaz, one of the founders of Crown Hospitality. We started the business off, I don't know, about 2 years ago. Just started hosting private events, and then as of January 2025, we decided to launch a media agency. And for about a full month and a half there, we were booking only 10, 15 calls or appointments for ourselves for about that was like in a week, if not 2 weeks. So it wasn't really that active simply because I didn't have the time, I didn't have the resources. I was out negotiating, trying to do a ton of other things in the business. And between Yebo and I, my co-founder, we just didn't have the time to book it ourselves. So, you guys have been a great help in just scaling our business. Again, it's only been 2 weeks, but the growth that we've had inside those 2 weeks have been incredible. We went from 10 to 15 appointments inside a week or a week or 2 weeks to booking 10 appointments. It's actually been an average of 12 appointments a day, with just the AI setter. By itself. That's before our guys are doing their thing and our sales team are going in the back end trying to book their own stuff as well. But just the AI is booking 10 to 12 a day for us, and it's been incredible.
Yeah, that's crazy. And so, like, what made you decide to actually go with our AI system? Like, obviously, you've heard about it before, you heard about AI, you heard about stuff like that, but what really made you pull the trigger and make that decision right away? Because, there's a lot of people that are scared to implement AI into different areas of their business. So, yeah, like, tell me, what's your take on it?
Yeah, I'll be the first to tell you guys, I was one of those guys where like AI, like I'm 30 years old, right? AI was just like a buzzword to me. Like I didn't really believe it. I didn't think it could do its job. I felt like I would have to work on the AI as much as I'd have to work on a new salesperson or a new setter or anything like that. But I was wrong, and you guys proved yourself right and proved me wrong. And I haven't been happier being wrong about a decision ever before. But yeah, really it came down to, time. Like I really, really needed something to replicate ourselves, in the business, and the AI, far out exceeded our expectations.
That's amazing, man. Like, it's truly amazing. And I guess let me ask you this, right? Like, when it comes to the actual workload, how much of it do you feel like was actually taken off your shoulders? And I guess how much of your task load as well do you feel like was just wiped away after implementing our AI system?
About 70% of my job. 70%. So I'm a pretty regimented person, right? So, but I would, do the gym thing in the morning, do your daily morning routines and stuff. But then from, 10 a.m. to about 3 p.m., I was just trying to set appointments for myself and Yebo to call at 5 to 9. So we cleaned up, our whole afternoon and into our night just with this AI. We saved ourselves close to 6 hours a day.
Yeah, I mean, that's one quarter of the day. So that's definitely a big chunk of it, right? But I guess now with booking 5x the amount of appointments and meetings that you guys were booking before, I guess what kind of impact have you seen on your business in general, even on the revenue you guys are generating at the moment?
The money, that's going to come, with more time. But, just the impact that we've had on social media has been incredible too for us, with the amount of attention that we're able to give more people because I was only able to service 10 people a day myself, right? But now that we're able to service 20, 30 up to I don't, the more money I spend on ads, the more
Yeah.
I get out of it, right? Because now there's an AI that could talk for me, replicate, speak the language, the crown language, our ethos, and really just replicate ourselves. And we're able to talk to hundreds of people a day now without having actually to do the work itself.
For sure. And I remember putting
Sick.
in a retargeting list, right? We put in a couple hundred leads in on it on the back end and
Yeah.
nothing. All right.
I
Well,
remember that day. I remember that day. That day was awesome, man. My phone was lighting up. I thought I went viral.
I mean, practically at that point, you guys were. So, but yeah, guys. So what Dave and Yebo are doing is actually truly amazing. So definitely go take a look at their socials and pages once you have a chance. But I'm curious, like, how did it feel that obviously you're meeting so many new people, you have so many more appointments booked in the calendar, and so many more people are showing up. And in reality, you're not even talking to those people. Like you haven't had a conversation, and it's really just been the AI that's been talking to them pretty much on your behalf, but still seeing them in person and still getting to know them. Like that must have been cool. Must have been different, right?
That's how good the AI is. They don't know that they're talking to an AI, right? Um, they think that they're truly talking to Samantha. And Samantha, one, let me just clarify, Samantha does a great job, but it replicated herself as well, not just me or the founders, right? It replicated her and made her more powerful and gives her more time to do some research on these people and ask the proper questions. And when Samantha meets our guests, our clients, there's already a built-in relationship there that she already pre-built.
Yeah, those are the benefits, right? Those are cool. And couple last questions here, Dave. What would you say to anyone who has maybe thought about AI, thought about automating or implementing some sort of artificial intelligence within their business, but haven't incorporated it yet, right? And maybe are a little afraid to do so, a little bit tentative, because like we discussed before, right? Some people aren't maybe ready to do so right now. And guys, just to give you an idea, before Dave and Yebo even started using AI, I don't think they ever wanted to even touch AI. Right now, he has more than 65% of his business running on AI. So let me ask you this: like, what would you say to those people that are maybe on the edge, maybe just need a little push to actually get started? What would you say to them based on your experience with us and our AI system so far?
Yeah. Look, I was that guy that I was scared in implementing AI, right? I was that guy. I was scared. I didn't think it could talk human. I didn't think it could hold a conversation. I was proven wrong, and I've never been more happy to be wrong in my life. I think for anybody who is interested, in doing AI, I think it's a risk that is worth the plunge, right? The worst thing that could happen here is that the AI doesn't work out, which I know for a fact it won't. But what you've done is you've created a ton of time for yourself for you and the owners or whatever you need that AI to do for you guys to go and focus in on other areas of your business and get your time back, right? And the cool thing is like it's built and then it just works and operates on itself and then it gets smarter and smarter as it does the job.
Yeah, exactly. And it just gets smarter and smarter as time goes on. The more repetition it goes through, the more it gets familiar with your type of clients, and the more it gets trained, it just gets smarter, better, and more efficient. So it's amazing. And one last question here, Dave, for you. I guess what's next for your business, right? What are the next plans? I know now you have our AI system incorporated in your business, but I guess what's next for you?
Well, that's after this call, I was going to give you guys another call because I want to implement into our systems, and take it a step further, right? I want to build out an AI agent that can go in and help out with our social media, our fulfillment processes, as well as even doing lead generation on its own without having to do ad spend, right? A lot of the stuff that I've spending a lot of money on was lead generating. I'm interested in talking with you guys and having your expertise and seeing what that looks like with an AI agent that could just generate our own leads through our own CRM. Even help out with onboarding or offboarding, and just really going in and cleaning up and tightening up the business.
Yeah, 100%. And maybe at some point your business is going to be like 75% AI, right? Like who knows?
You know, don't say that too loud. My team is on the call.